some really bad performances last night, some really good performances last night. The judges might not be as honest as they should be, and apparently, according to Lionel Richie, a whole galaxy of stars were born in one single night. But that's what I thought. What did you think, Shane?
Michael J. Woodard.
Okay.
Street lights, people living just to find emotions hiding somewhere in the night.
Hey, my name is Brian. That is Shane. This is the Popcast, and apparently Shane has had too much coffee this morning, or something's up. What's going on, buddy?
What are you talking about, man? All I'm trying to say is that, yeah, Michael J. Woodard. I don't know. We'll talk about it more later, but I'm just telling you, the show was interesting last night.
So Shane is definitely a little aggro today. Might have something to do with that show last night. I don't know. Maybe the fact that only a few of those performances were actually worthy of a vote, of the first vote out of American Idol. That's for sure. And I gotta say, I saw a whole lot of karaoke last night, and apparently Lionel Richie was hearing with different ears. That's what I don't know what's happening, but too many stars were born and then died on that stage last night. That's for sure.
I want to give Lionel Richie. I know he's trying to be positive and he's trying to be supportive. I get that. He's trying to be a mentor, and mentors are supportive, but mentors also tell the truth. And if Simon was there, it would have been something along the lines of, I don't know what's going on here tonight. This is bloody awful.
Get the fuck off my stage.
Yeah, just and they would have been like, oh, Simon, he's that time of the month, whatever. I don't know, but the reality is that the first four performances were just really not good. Whether it was nerves or whatever. I mean, it is a big stage. They know they're going in front of America. But listen, folks, 80% of what you do every time you perform is song choice. 80% is song choice. Yeah. You have to find a way to connect with America. And there were just a lot of really bad songs chosen last night. So,
yeah. So when we go through these performances, let's talk about the good and the bad and what we would have changed, and then how the judges reacted. That way, this is the first show where it's being voted on by the audience, by us at home, which means that our show format is going to be changed a little bit, and we're going to go a little more detailed with some of these performances. Also, there's obviously less performances to talk about. So,
yeah, and they hedge their bets a little bit. America's picking 6 of the top 10, so we're going to get the top 10 tonight. America's picking 6, and the judges are picking 4. And the problem with that is that that's ABC's way of hedging the bet to make sure they get the singers that they want to continue. They don't trust America yet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they need to check all the boxes, What's their race? What's their gender? Where they came from? They need to make sure that they fill all the diversity card out. I can tell that. You can see it in some of the intros. That there's people that whether or not they did well or not, they're probably going to go through because they check boxes.
No, it's true. It's true. They're trying to, they're trying to get as best ratings as they can get. Well, let me tell you, the secret to getting good ratings is having good singers. Right. So, America's going to do the right thing. They're going to pick the 6 people they like. I would have given the judges 1. They don't need 4. 1 would have been just fine. You know, give them 1 if you want to give the judges something. Get somebody in there that the judges like. We know this person can sing or whatever. But yeah. So
let me ask you a question. How many people performed last night?
14.
And so tonight we're going to find out 10 of them. So only 4 are being voted out.
Only 4 going home.
Yeah. Okay.
So we can kind of figure that out. I know we got some business to do here, my friend. Before we start the
show. Sorry, I always forget this part. Don't forget 3,200 sub challenge. Get in there. Hit that button, hit the subscribe. When we get to the 3,200 sub challenge, we're giving away an entire gaming system, as in console, like Xbox or PlayStation or whatever you want, as long as it's not some crazy limited edition Venezuelan run of an Xbox 360 or whatever. It's got to be something that we can actually purchase, and we're going to be giving that away along with some other goodies. So do that, and don't forget, and I don't have a slide because I'm bad at this. Support the show by going to mixthese.com and using coupon code Shane or Brian for 30% off all that good stuff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to have Johnny make some slides for us. So
I actually have one for that. I just forgot. Okay. Guys.
One more thing. What's up? Also, don't forget the boxing video challenge. I got to tell you, I got some great pictures back from Nat Rook. Valtrug Gaming is his name now. But he sent back some video or some pictures of his boxing that we're going to share with you guys here soon. He got all kinds of cool stuff. You guys really need to get in. Make sure you subscribe and comment just to get in that. There's like 20 videos left for you to get on that challenge. And I think, honestly, we probably give away cooler stuff than at any time.
It's funner stuff. Yes, for sure. And by the way, 20 videos is not that far away. We make around 5 videos a week. So,
right. So within the month, we're going to be doing another one.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk about some American Idol.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah.
I know you guys love the business, but we love to get to the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about our first contestant. The very first guy to grace the stage, rocking a banjo, Caleb Lee Hutchinson.
Yeah, Caleb.
Okay.
I talked a lot of garbage about that guy last week.
So here's the deal. I love the banjo. Banjo's sick. Really cool.
The banjo was the best part of the performance.
Yeah, I think the song choice was okay. I think the set itself was rough around the edges.
Yeah, he got a little swallowed up in the performance. I think he got swallowed into the music. I want to give huge shout out to Caleb. I'm so impressed with his weight loss, and
ain't that the truth?
Yeah, his confidence is really coming through. I'm liking him as a person a lot more than I did last week when I thought he was dumping on Scotty McCreery, and some people straightened me out on that. Apparently, he was kidding.
See, but I told him, guys. I told Shane that, and he didn't listen.
I didn't, but I listened to our fans.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I listen to you, but I listen to them.
All right. Yeah. No, I like Caleb a lot. I think the song was a little rough. I think he got a little, like you said, a little swallowed up by the performance itself. But the song choice was good, and the banjo was cool, and the judges were pretty honest with their criticism of Caleb. Almost as if he has not been automatically picked to get to the top 10. So they can actually be honest, right? The network is not like, hey, this guy has to go through no matter what. So he's not on that list. So they can actually be honest about his performance, which seems to be the case here. I know I'm being a little critical, but there are some people that did so poorly last night that they deserved nothing but a visceral reaction from the judges, yet they got a bunch of smoke and clouds and rainbows blown up their rear ends because they know that the audience at home is voting, and they want those people to go through because they check boxes for ratings. And I hate that.
I mean, I'm not so sure, honestly, that the judges themselves are there. I mean, I honestly would say ABC producers probably are more saying, look, don't destroy these guys. We need them, to have a shot. And I would not be surprised if they're, trying to pull that along. There's some people who were front runners that don't deserve to move on, or may not deserve to move on, or it's going to be really close. Caleb here, I think he probably deserves another chance. He wasn't great, and he got sucked into the music, but he also wasn't bad. And he just needs to pick songs where it's about him. It's about his voice standing alone, and not so much about, we don't care about his band, and they had that problem with a lot of songs last night where the music really overpowered the singing. And I hate it when they do that. They do it to cover up mistakes and blemishes, but it also takes away from the individual performance.
I totally agree with you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So next up was Michelle Suzette, our favorite immigrant from Venezuela. Nice big backstory on her. And she has a very unique voice, similar to like Shakira or some of the other Latin singers. but she refuses to sing Latin songs. Like, what the hell is happening here, Shane? Why does she keep singing songs that are clearly not? They don't in any way complement her voice. They're all the songs she's chosen up till now are all songs that are the opposite of complimentary for her vocal style. It's so weird to me. Where's the Shakira or something? Like, pick a song. There's Latin stars out there you can pick from, dude.
Oh, so many. You know, she chose this song because such a dumb reason she chose the song. She chose the song because it reminded her of a guy who was her friend who ended up liking her and she was like disappointed because they were just friends. And now she lost something from the relationship. I wanted to say, listen, and this goes for every woman out there, every young woman, every older woman. Women and men can't really be friends. Not that. Okay. It's just not possible. Okay.
Yeah, our brain chemistry is There's a million years of instinct and, like, you know, things there that we've been trained to think and act and, you know, react a certain way to the opposite sex that makes it very, very, very difficult to ever be friends with somebody.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like real, like hardcore, like best friends, you know. I know. Yeah, I said my wife is my best friend, you know, but
but she's also your wife, and she's your, you know, she's your person that is in love with you, and you're in love with her, right? And so what I'm trying to say is, the guys, this is, you know, the friend tactic for men is basically it's an attempt to get close to you, get to know you, and hopefully have something turn into something. And some women tend to believe that that they have some sort of genuine friendship. And so I'm not saying I'm blaming women. I'm just saying, wake up, because if you got a guy who's like your buddy, it's either a future something or a future nothing. But
if you have a guy that's really good friends with you, he probably wants to see you naked. I mean, let's just be real here. Now, I've had friends. Now we're being real. I've had friends that are girls online that I've never actually seen, right? And so it's easy to be friends with some, you know, chick you play Dota or Counter-Strike with, you know, because there's no visual aspect of it. Plus I'm married. There's no relationship thing. Now that's a way different ass thing. And also chicks like that tend to be a little more they don't judge as much when you use certain, you know, things you say. It's very hard to talk about this topic. I'm not sure why you brought it up, Shane.
I just listen because I thought it was important that I mean, this is an opportunity for us to be real.
We're being real.
Michelle she put this. Not only did she put this guy in the friend zone, but then she smacked him over the head for it. Poor guy. My point is that, you know,
but poor guy. Guy has hormones. You're walking around with short shorts. What do you expect?
And you know that he's getting something out of it because he's complimenting her, and because that's what the friend zone does,
right?
And you getting something out of it.
Yeah, you free compliments and free attention with no. So
she's disappointed the relationship ended because now he's not providing her all of this stuff. There's some sort of strings attached. That's very selfish, Michelle.
We might have just lost subscribers. I'm sorry, ladies. We love you all.
It's the truth, and it's not the woman's fault. It's
guys, because guys have a million years of instinct, you know. Well,
the girl says yes. The guy says, you know, right. The woman decides, and that's what's created this whole problem.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, we should probably just move on.
All right, moving on. Marcia O'Donnell said, "Oh my God, oh my God." Song choice was.
I'm like, what happened over there when you made that reaction?
Horrible song choice. I hated this performance so much. Yeah. I was annoyed literally the entire time this man was singing. The entire time I was annoyed, and then further annoyed by the judges and their responses. Oh my God, this was a horrible performance. Horrible. Yeah.
Marcio is a much better singer than this. And so Marcio, he's probably a little nervous first. I get that. But judges, you know, you don't have to tank him. But at the same time, we can see what your faces see, all except for Lionel, because he's always it's a smiling river for that guy all the time.
I'm pretty sure his face was built in a lab, and it just says it's there now. He just has to be smiling. I've never seen Lionel frown. I don't think it's possible for Lionel to frown. He goes,
"That's the Botox."
I'm trying to frown, guys.
You can't move his face.
You can't get it into the frown position.
That's why he looks so good.
Meanwhile, Katy is like.
Yeah. Katy and Luke are like this. They're like, not much I can really add to that. You're obviously you've arrived.
Yeah, even Luke was like, yeah, it's a big voice.
Yeah, good job. Okay, that's all I can. I can't really add nothing to it. Good job, man.
And meanwhile, Lionel's like, oh my God, a star was born today. You are old school, brother. I love you. Like every single performance, man.
even Lionel, even though he was saying that, he was even also saying to some of these acts about things that they should try and losing the moment, doing different things. So when Lionel is criticizing you, you're in big trouble.
I just want to see Lionel be honest one day, like, you know what? I got something you should try. Not singing.
He would never do that, man.
Maybe go back to wherever you're from and get a job at a restaurant. Maybe be a manager or go back to school. I don't know, but don't do this.
That's harsh.
I want to see that once. I just want to see that once from Lionel with a straight face, with his permanent smile on.
Right? Yeah.
Oh man.
Lionel can play the next Joker.
It's on my bucket list. Yeah. So Marcio was just garbage.
And I like Marcio. I mean, to be real honest with you.
I actually liked his voice in the first couple episodes we talked about him.
Yeah, I think he just chose a really bad song, and I think he was nervous, but we'll see.
All right, moving on. Oh, let's talk about Mara Justine.
I can't talk about Mara, man. I just can't. I can't talk about her.
Oh, my God. This crazy person. Okay. Here's the deal. Okay.
It's already starting. I can already see it coming.
I'm sorry.
I can see your face starting to make it.
I'm sorry. The breakdown. Okay. Great song choice. Number one, let's talk about the good things. Great song choice. Right.
All right.
Ridiculously poor execution. My Lord. The execution of this song. It's almost like she struggled with the size of the song, and her weakness was like lack of the lungs required to actually sing said song. She was constantly out of breath, gasping for air. The falsettos were okay, but she was perpetually out of breath the entire time.
That's because she's too busy going, oh my God, I can't believe I'm on American Idol. Oh, God. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Oh my God, dude. Like, her age really showed last night when she picked a song that was clearly way too big than what she is capable of. And she was just out of breath the whole time. And she's 16, so that's a thing. Maybe...
Oh, yeah. See, I got to be a little... Okay, so I apologize.
Yeah.
Because I forgot for a second she's 16. And that's... So it's hard to criticize that because everybody who's 16 is a drama queen. So... And so I think I see a lot of that coming out of her, she's trying to play up to it. And she actually succeeded. I mean, she seemed older to me, to be honest with you. So I'm going to pull back my criticism a little bit. I actually still do not like her in this competition, but at least she has an excuse.
Oh, look, I'm not going to pull back my criticism. That was a poor execution. It was a poor
the execution's good, but I just made fun of her facial expressions and stuff.
She is a drama queen, which is, whatever. My major problem with her is she picked a great song that she couldn't physically sing. She doesn't have the lung capacity or the training, the breathing technique to sing that song. And it was very obvious. So here's the deal, though. She is 16. There is time for her to learn how to breathe properly and how to sing from her diaphragm. I'm not even a singer, and I understand these things. There's time for her to learn that, but it's not now. So if she goes through, I'll be super surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. She could go through because there's only 4 going home, and we still have to talk about Johnny Brenz. But
oh goodness,
You know, but Mara here, I think you're right. I think Mara just needs to grow up a little bit. She needs to watch Maddie Poppy do her performance.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she needs to watch Maddie.
And guys, if you watched our other shows, we've actually given Maddie Poppy some major criticism. But when we get to her tonight, you'll see that changes.
She did a full 360 on the show.
Oh, yeah.
But Mara, I mean, I think she's too young for this competition. I don't think she's ready for it. And I think she needs to overhaul her personality a little bit. I mean, it's hard to say to somebody, keep your personality, but when you're a person that's in front of the camera, you need to remember to, you know, be yourself. Don't be fake. And I think she's being fake still.
I don't really care as much about her personality. Like, you know, I'm not a fan of like the quirky drama queen stuff, but whatever. I can get past it if you really, you know, kill a song and do well. But you know, if you do poorly and you have that, it does is amplify the bad performance.
And I think that's right. I think if she had sung amazingly, I probably would have looked past some of the stuff that she was doing.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Garrett Jacobs.
Wow, that guy looks a lot different in that picture than he does on stage.
Yeah. Garrett, cool song, decent performance, but let's be real clear. This was a safe performance.
I don't even know if it was
very little skill was showcased here. This was a safe song, a safe performance. He relied heavily on the band. His voice itself wasn't pushed any major limits. It was just a safe. Vocally, it was a very safe song for it to do.
Well, I don't see it as safe for him staying in the show. I mean, it might be safe as far as you can't hear him making any mistakes.
Right.
Covered up. But, you know, you're not going to keep yourself safe singing this way. This is how you go home.
Right. That the problem is, when I say safe, I'm not referring to like this was safe, like this is going to keep you in the show safe. More like it was safe because it's hard to mess up this song. The notes, the vocal range for this song, you know, anybody has the vocal range for this song. It's very hard to drop your tempo when it never really changes. There's no major buildup. There's no turning on a dime, gear changing in the music itself. The music itself can be loud. It can overshadow your voice, and it really wouldn't really matter. And there's no major falsettos. There's no low points. There's no high points. It's just sort of a boring song. Yeah, and he did it, and he did okay. Cool.
I think you're 100% right.
You know,
I think what you said is correct.
The judges said he looked comfortable, and that's true. Of course, he was comfortable. It's an easy song.
But they also criticized him, which is the most, and that's how you could tell. And then, you know, what's sad is when the next person comes out, they say something to the effect of, okay, the show's finally started. And I've always said, they've been doing this for years. They say, I'm like, what if you're the first four people and they say the show has finally started after you get off the stage? Well, you must feel like garbage after
you know
that.
The next person, the show finally started because this is like their... You know what? Let's just talk about Ada real quick.
Yeah, the first four were so bad that the average performance of Ada elevated it completely.
Now the thing too is like Ada is like. So first of all, here's a prediction. I don't think Ada is going to win this competition.
I don't think so either.
But I think they're going to keep her around as long as they can. Because they add to their ratings, they add to how many articles are written about them, how many tweets they get, how many nominations for GLAAD awards, and how much pandering you get from people online and critics, and the whole community is going to definitely push this new season of American Idol as long as Ada Vox is on the show. And it's free marketing for them. It's free ratings. It's free money. It's free links. It's free video views because of who this person is. And they're going to keep her along as long as they can until eventually she gets voted out by the audience or something like that happens where they can no longer keep her on the show. But they're going to keep her on for as long as she can. Her voice is good. And I'm not trying to like belittle it. She has a good voice. He or she has a good voice. But last night, I know it's subjective here, but last night I feel like all I heard was nothing but highs. It was like an assault of high notes being thrown at me. And the problem with that is when you have nothing but high notes in your face for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, it starts to get pretty tiresome. There's no range there. It was just like a 3.5 minute falsetto, which is not good. I eventually, even though I like Ada's voice, there's a point where I wanted it to stop because it wasn't changing. It was just nonstop falsetto.
Well, yeah, and you're right about the being very high. Okay, so a couple things about Ada. I think, Brian, you really said some good things there. I personally think that he doesn't want to perform as Ada. I do believe he wants to perform as himself, but he's probably being, and this is not factual. It's just a feeling I get, and I have good senses about this sort of thing. I feel like you got to remember Adam Lambert, who won, or who's in season 8, actually is a great singer who sang a lot of Queen songs, and Ada sounds a lot like Adam Lambert. And I believe that the thing with Queen is you really have to pick good songs. The Show Must Go On is not a Freddie Mercury classic tune where you're getting that awesome falsetto voice at the right moments. The Show Must Go On is kind of just a repetitive kind of middle of the road song, which is still a good song, not my favorite Queen song. So I think Ada's biggest problem last night was poor song choice. I mean, frankly speaking, there's tons of, if you want to do Queen, there's lots of Queen songs out there that are a lot better than that song. That would showcase the voice properly. And I don't think they want to, turn him into another Adam Lambert, which is another reason why I think you're going to see the Ada Vox character throughout the rest of the season.
Right. I believe that. I think you're right. And I think the judges, gave that sort of canned TED Talk style response. Didn't really address the vocal issue or the song choice. And I think Luke was the most honest here, but even he was sort of holding back for whatever reason.
Yeah, he said something like, I think, greatest voice I've ever heard or biggest voice I've ever heard or something. And that's all I really got to say. And when they do stuff like that, that usually means that they didn't love it. And so it was an average performance for Ada. You could see, obviously wonderful, great high voice, can hit those notes, but it wasn't a song that needed those high notes. So he's obviously going to go through though.
Yeah, she will. Okay, next up. Oh, your favorite person, Katy Turner.
I do like Katy Turner, although she did not do very well last night.
Yeah, so Katy Turner, great song choice, great voice, really did pretty good until the chorus. When the song changes from I
didn't think so. I didn't think she did good in the beginning at all, and I thought she did not actually turn it on until 3/4 through. I think she came out insecure and not confident. So I know.
I believe she self-corrected. I believe you're right. I think 3/4 in, she started doing well. But I think I personally think that she opened good. But then when the song got to the chorus, and that I play this song in my band. When that song got to the chorus, where it turns on a dime from soulful to a build-up, she completely lost focus and could not make that transition easy. And she made a really messy transition from soulful to build. And then eventually, took a few bars, she self-corrected and got to where she needed build wise. And then the last three, and then that like you said, the last 3/4 was good. But that gear change where you go from soulful to a build, that was a messy transition, and she had a hard time getting there.
Well, it was not good. You could tell she was lacking confidence. Going into this, and she didn't take me to church. That was the song she sang,
right?
And I didn't feel like she was. And there are singers who take you there. I mean, there's a song like "Jesus Take the Wheel" and "The Climb," which we hear later in the show. Those 3 songs are like boom. Katy should have have destroyed that song. But
Right.
she's been reading some social media stuff, I guess, that's bringing her down a little bit because of the trolls out there.
Speaking about the judges, they talked more about her negative comments than her performance. Like,
well, yeah, they told her not to pay attention to it. They also told her that she's unique, and they gave her some good stuff too.
and of course, Lino said how great she was, and that star was born. You know,
Yeah, well, I think Katy should be there. I know she's a little annoying, but her voice is very good, and she's a good singer.
oh yeah.
And she sings songs that I like to listen to. So
No, I think you're right. I think she deserved another shot. I'm just saying that transition was so messy. I'm surprised that no one said a word about it when it was so like obviously in your face that she stumbled. During
they
the
didn't say
transition.
anything negative about anybody. I mean, Johnny Brenz forgot the words to the song. And they didn't say that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, I mean, they weren't going to openly criticize anybody, but they also didn't, I don't think with Katy anyways, that they overly glowered her.
That's true. Well, except for Lionel. You know.
Well, Lionel, what everybody.
Yeah. All right, next up, Katy Turner.
He's my favorite.
Oh yeah. I love this song, Santana. I hate the way he played it.
I personally, you know, Santana is one of those artists that honestly nobody else should ever do Santana. Nobody. It's like, but I said the same thing about Jimi Hendrix like a couple week, a couple weeks ago. And so I understand why he tackled Santana. He did it because of the guitar solo. And this is my advice for Kate. I like Kate. I did not like this performance last night very much. But he needs to stop choosing songs that have a specific guitar solo so he can shine, because the singers are going to eventually overtake him and cast him down.
Right.
Okay? Great guitarist. He's very good. But do you want to be the lead guitar or do you want to be the front man? Okay, because you can't be both.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could if you're Santana or Jimi Hendrix.
Well, sort of. Yeah, I guess so. I guess Jimi Hendrix. But, you know, Santana wasn't known as nobody really thought of him that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, nobody really thought of Jimi Hendrix that way either. They were great guitarists, but they didn't really do a lot of great songs. Jimi Hendrix has a couple. Santana has a few. You know, so do you want to have a long career as an amazing artist? Like, so do you want to be Steven Tyler or do you want to be, Richie Zambora? So, or whatever.
So I agree with you. I think that the guy's a great guitarist. I think the first part of that song, Black Magic Woman, he sang really sort of low. He mumbled half of it, and I didn't like the way it was done. But that's because I am a Santana fan, and I love that song. So when you take a song that I love and you do it worse than the original artist, it's gonna amplify my negative reaction to you, right?
And that's how we know that it was a bad song choice, because Brian loves the song and he didn't meet his expectation. I don't really like the song, but I love Cade and it didn't meet my expectation. So that's a lose-lose all the way around. Now, Cade isn't going anywhere because he's got a lot of built up, got a lot of coins in the jar to keep going. But he looks a little bit like, he's got the slash hair and he's got the kind of the Keith Richards. I mean, he looks to me like a lead guitarist more than he looks like a frontman.
Yeah, I guess. Lionel again told him how great he did, and Katy acted like a thirsty schoolgirl asking for a lock of his hair. That was weird.
I mean, it was kind of funny. I mean, because you got to remember, she's asking for her mom. I mean, it's a joke. I mean, I don't think Katie's serious about these things that she's doing.
Sure.
I think she's playing it up, but I think it's kind of funny. I mean, she's like, it's for my mom, and kind of gave that face, so.
I mean, I definitely like Katy more after I've seen American Idol than I did prior to that, I'm not like a huge fan of her music or whatever, and her personality is definitely more endearing than I thought it would be.
She's a lot more corny than I thought she would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Dennis Lorenzo.
I did not like what the judges said about his performance. I didn't like, he's got a really nice voice, I didn't like his song choice. I didn't like the song. I could hear him clearly through it. But I didn't like how they anointed him this pop, what do you say? R&B alternative singer, because I didn't feel that in his performance.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you thought, but
I liked his performance overall. The song's okay. I mean, that's subjective. His voice definitely shone through. He's clearly a very, very talented singer.
Right.
I think he could have gone bigger. I think he played it a little safe, but his voice did shine through. I don't really have much to say about it, man. It was sort of.
What kind of singer is Shawn Mendes?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he did his song. He did his song in
pop.
Okay, so it was kind of hard because I don't know the song personally, but it's a Shawn Mendes song. It's called "In My Blood." And I was trying to. I'm saying, how is this alternative? Is what I was trying to get.
I'm not really a big fan of Shawn Mendes. My kids like him. I'm not a big fan of Shawn Mendes. But I'm not a fan either. Just you know what I think about Shawn Mendes? I don't think about Shawn Mendes. I don't care.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
And that's sort of how I felt about last night's performance. Like, yes, he's talented. Yes, it was pretty good. But it didn't, it's not memorable, and I just didn't really think about it afterwards. I was definitely moving on the second his performance was done.
Gotcha. And I was exactly in the same place as you.
Yeah.
I felt like I'm glad it's over.
Cool. Yeah, it's done. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't good. No. It was good. It was good. Whatever. Yeah.
It didn't tweak anything in me.
Yeah.
And his vocals were a little off too with that song, I can tell.
Yeah, okay. He'll move on though. He checks boxes and he didn't do poorly.
That's true.
All right. Next up, 360 for me, Maddie Poppy, killing it. Dude. Killing it.
What happened to the girl who was lacking self-confidence last week? All of a sudden this week showed up with it in spades.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the way she was addressing the judges afterwards was just graciously saying thank you. Like she's been doing this her whole life and she's already got 5 Grammys.
Man, it looked like she is a seasoned performer. The difference between her and Mara was night and day. She had this big, beautiful song, great, voice, and you could see her technique and her breathing was just on top, You
know how you can tell that this is really a great performance? Okay, so this is a Simon and Garfunkel song, and it's boring as all hell.
It is, yeah.
It is a boring ass song, and
she did better than they did.
But her falsetto and the way she maneuvered through the song made it interesting, and her confidence. She smiled while she was singing at the appropriate times and made you think, wow, she owns this. I mean, she's got it so under control, and it's like I've listened to Simon and Garfunkel for years, and she killed the song. Absolutely killed.
Totally owned that song. Did really well. Judges basically said the same. Was really happy with Maddie Poppy last night. I'd be thoroughly surprised if she didn't go through. I mean, thoroughly.
Yeah, if she doesn't go through, I'll be like, rigged. Show's rigged.
All right, I know, right? Let's talk about your favorite person, Journey.
Why do you set me up like that? You have control of the slides. Okay, you got me. I started thinking that was Michael J. Woodard.
No,
and it wasn't. It's not Journey. Yet. Whose journey?
It's Journey. Bang bang.
Whose journey
boom,
needs
boom.
to end? Journey. God, you got such a great voice. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
I gotta say, you want to showcase your vocal talent? Don't pick a Nicki Minaj song. That's for sure. I'm just saying.
I mean, there's a portion of you that needs to be a pop star. You're like a big pie with a bunch of slivers, and this much of you needs to be a pop star, and this much of you needs to have the right look, and this much of it needs to be singing. Okay, so please don't forget about that pie.
I actually don't like her look. Yeah, I think she went from this sort of like lounge singer style, real classy, to like this Nicki Minaj short, trashy look. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like that 360 on her style choice is just weird. I don't understand why she would do that.
And then when her vocals were being used, other than the very last note that she hit, her vocals were not good.
Yeah, you know what the word is, man? This is what I wrote down. Messy.
Messy. Good word.
The energy was there. She had the energy. She had the confidence. All that was good.
Yeah, the attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad song, but definitely a bad song choice. But the performance was messy.
Yeah, performance was messy, and I think it was a poor song choice because she's got too great of a voice.
Because there's 3 singers in this song, and she's one person. How about that? I don't know. And one of them's a rapper. Like, come on, man.
And then she rapped, which I guess people made a big deal about. Look, I mean, she's got great hair, folks. She's got a great name. Just stop.
Yeah, I think that this was the wrong song for her. And I think that because of how difficult it is to go through all those different styles and really make that song shine, I think that it became messy, too much for her to handle. And she was struggling, and she dropped a lot of those notes.
And you judges aren't being very helpful to her by saying things like,
a star was born tonight.
Yeah, God. I guess he kept saying it over and over again. It's just not doing it. You need to be honest with her and say, hey, can you please come here next time and sing a song, please?
Yeah, sing a song, okay? I'm not trying to get a rap song right now. I mean, there's a place. I mean, there's probably a place for that, but like that, she's never shown any of that until tonight. For some reason, she picked the song. I don't get it.
Or sing a song strong and then come in and rap a little bit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of rap in there, but like a whole verse, like the whole thing. Like she should have, if she wanted to do that song, she needed to make some serious changes to it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
wrong song. It was the wrong song. Journey. It was the wrong song.
Journey.
You're a talented singer. You got the look. You got the vibe. I'm not sure how someone talked you in to dress up like Nicki Minaj and doing this style that doesn't suit you. So,
Agreed.
Don't do that next. If you get through, don't do that again. Don't get talked into this nonsense.
The judges won't let her not go through. But once America gets a hold of you, they're not going to put up with that for very long.
Okay. Now, we're going to talk about the worst performance of the night. Absolute worst performance I've ever seen in aside from those like novelty contestants, like a real contestant on a singing show. Johnny Prince, dude. What happened?
Johnny Prince, gosh, what a likable guy that did such a horrible job last night. My gosh.
Oh my God.
You know what? He forgot his words.
It was like bad karaoke, dude. It was like bad karaoke.
It was horrible. I said Johnny was halfway through the song, and I'm like, "You're good run, buddy. See you later."
Yeah, that's it. One word. I remember. For every performance, I write down one word. I try to think of one word. And for Journey, it was messy. For this one, disappointing. Disappointing.
Good word.
I thought he would do a lot better, and this is just. Aside from forgetting the lyrics, he didn't hit the notes right. It sounded like a bad karaoke performance.
Is
poorly done.
Is piss poor one word or is it 2 words?
Piss poor is 2 words.
What if I put a hyphen in it? Can it be one word?
Piss poor, 1 word with a hyphen. Yeah.
There's my word.
Yeah, piss poor and disappointing. And Lionel, bro, I know you want to be liked, okay? But there's a moment, there's a time where no one's going to judge you for criticizing somebody when it's this bad. You do not have to constantly talk about how great people are and how, Lionel just blew a bunch of smoke. Lionel literally praised this guy for this performance, and that lessens my respect of Lionel because this was so bad that this is not a subjective thing. This was just bad across the board. His voice was not good. He didn't hit notes right. He forgot lyrics. Everything about his performance. There was nothing good to say. So there's a point when you have to be honest and be like, hey, man, listen, I like you. I feel like you got some learning to do. And I want you to remember that. You could have said that, and I would have been fine.
But I understand why they're not doing it at this point. You know, I wish the judges didn't have choices left, because I could understand them not wanting to tank these guys before America votes. I get that. They don't want to be responsible for people not moving forward on the show. At the same time, Lionel's got to stop pumping them too, though. So you don't have to shoot him down, Lionel, but don't pump him, okay? Because we can see through that, and it looks very disingenuous.
But Shane, I got to ask the question: what's the purpose of the judges then?
They shouldn't be judges. They should be American Idol cheerleaders.
I mean, that's what they are, right? Because they're not judges if you're not judging.
They should. Well, in all fairness, they should judge until the top 14, which they mostly have done. But once you get to the top 14, they need to become cheerleaders, because then America needs to vote.
Okay, that's fair enough. Either way.
But they're not letting America vote for all top 10. I don't understand.
Yeah. All right. Let's get past this dumpster fire, please.
Poor Johnny. Good guy, though.
Now let's talk about, Johnny. I like Johnny. I like him. That's why the word for me was disappointing, because I like him. Let's talk about the absolute, I wouldn't say best performance, but definitely one of the best performances last night. For me, I know for you it's different. Michael J. Woodard.
I think hands down, this was the best performance of the night. Obviously, I said it from the beginning.
I don't know. For me, it's a cross between him and Gabby. They both killed it.
You know, Gabby. Okay, we're not going to talk about Gabby yet, but let me tell you why Michael's was better.
Okay.
Gabby was given a big, fat fastball right in her power zone that she could just hit right out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
Michael Woodard. What song did he sing? It was a Rihanna song.
But his interpretation of that song was better than the original, 100%.
Okay, here's the thing. Michael sang that song, and I'm pretty sure it was a Rihanna song. I don't have the right now in front of me. Oh, it was Titanium. I Am Titanium.
Yeah, I Am Titanium.
And that song is like, okay, little dance song, right? That I've heard, and I know it a lot. And when I hear it, I'm like, okay, not a bad song. But when Michael slowed it down, put it to some violins, and then brought his very interesting voice to it, it was awesome song.
And then had that build up, and had that slow, gradual build up from second one to the very end. And
then he dropped a bomb on him at the end. I'm like,
oh my God.
Listen, no problem. Gabby, sing it. Sing it, your song, The Mountain, which is one of the most awesome songs anybody can possibly sing.
Yeah.
But then Michael sings Titanium.
Yeah, that's true.
Blows it up.
That's true. Michael took a song and he changed it for the better. He made I would download this song in a heartbeat. I would add this to a playlist if it was like this. He made that song better. It made it better. Way better. Like a lot better.
He almost made Luke cry. I think he was about to cry. He was tearing up. Yeah.
Michael J. Woodard can win this competition if he keeps bringing this level of play. I mean, oh my God.
Yes, he can. I really feel like people want something that's a little unique and different, but still really good. Yeah. And he showed that he could hit that note at the end. I mean, he held that note for so long that it's just as good as listening to Ada or listening to any of the other singers that can hold those notes.
But it wasn't a barrage of one notes. It was a range, a good range, and a slow build up, and a build up where you were just waiting for that ball to drop, and then when he drops it, you want to cheer for the guy. I'm doing this thing where I'm like, woo, Michael, oh my God,
yeah,
my hands are in the air.
Yeah, it was the first moment when I truly felt something in the show. If I'm being honest, it was the first moment where I felt good. Yeah. And I'm like, yes. I mean, I like some of the other people, and I'm glad they did well. And I'm always hoping for good performances. But when Michael finished, he made me feel something. I wasn't feeling something for him as much as he made me feel something with his performance.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Michael did good. Okay. Moving on to the last act of last night. And definitely on the top 3 for me was Gabby Barrett. I'm liking her more and more and more, man.
It's the climb. I keep going up the mountain. It's the climb, she's saying.
Great voice, good showcase of her talent, good song choice, like you said. She really knows how to play her instrument, and that's her voice. Her breathing was perfect. She rode the notes. She rode the ups and downs, the build. She rode the break of that song, and she came in and out like a seasoned surfer on the waves of Hawaii. Man, she definitely killed it. And yes, another star was born, according to Lionel.
Well, and they put her last, and so I knew they were coming out with something. The person who goes last always comes out with something, and it's partly the song, it's partly Gabby. Gabby has not been amazing every week for me, and so I'm curious to see whether or not the song helped me carry the way I feel about her right now, and to see what happens next week. Like I said, song choice is 80% of it, right? I'm not crazy about her, but she was definitely top 2. She was probably the second best performance of the night.
Well, the thing is, she's also an 18-year-old high school student, and she has pipes for days.
She got pipes. Say it like it is. She got pipes.
She got pipes, son. And aside from those amazing pipes, she has the skill to use those pipes. Like this was a skilled performance.
Yeah.
So on top of a great voice, she has the skill to use that voice. Unlike some other people on the show who have these really unique, great voices, but they lack the seasoned talent to use that voice. This performance last night was definitely showed someone that is well beyond their age and their performance level when it came to skill of voice.
And that's true. And, I want to give her a lot of credit, but, every year there's kids 16, 17, 18 who sing really, really well. And so I wouldn't say she's a prodigy or anything like that. She just has a great voice, and she does really well for her age. We should talk about who we think is going to go home and also who we would like to have go home.
Well, this is the final frame here. So let's talk about it now. These are all the performances that happened last night.
So who do you think will go home?
I think Johnny Brenz. I know this is a slow ball pitch. I'm just going to knock this one out of the park. Number 1, Johnny Brenz is going home.
Okay.
I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe Michelle Suzette should go home based on last night.
Just say who you think is going to go home.
Okay, yeah, Michelle's not going to go home. That's why. I think for sure Johnny's going home.
Okay.
I think Marcio is going home.
Okay.
I need 2 more, right?
Yeah.
I think unfortunately, I think Caleb will go home.
Okay.
And I gotta say one more. It's a toss-up for me between Cade and Journey.
Okay. I agree with you on your first 2 for sure. I think
or maybe Garrett.
We're going to have...
Sorry, maybe Garrett for the 4th.
Okay. I'm with you on that. I think I like 3 of yours. I think it's going to be Johnny. I think it's going to be Garrett. And I think it's going to be also the one you didn't mention that I think is going to go home is Mara Justine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mara. Yes, Mara. Can we do Mara in place of Caleb? Because I like Caleb, man. He deserves another shot.
And then we're exactly on the same page. I feel like those are going to go home.
So yeah, so Mara, Garrett, Journey, and Johnny. Is that what you said?
No. Mara, Johnny, Garrett,
and Marcio.
Yeah,
I think those are the 4 that'll go home.
Let me ask you: are there any that you would like to see go home instead of them?
It's hard. I mean, performance alone, I think Michelle Suzette should go home.
Man, we are like just locked in step together right now.
Everybody knows if you watch the show, I like Michelle Suzette.
Right.
but she's not picking the right songs. Not just because of the way she looks, but like I feel like she has a really fun personality, and you know she's in it to win it, but she's not picking the right songs at all. Like there hasn't been a single performance where she picked a good song for her voice, and I just don't think she's ready for American Idol. So she should probably go home, even though.
Yeah,
you know.
I would actually give Mara another shot, or even Marcio, if they would let Suzette go home.
If they let Suzette go home, I would give either Marcio or Mara the same way. I would say Mara over Marcio, because Marcio was so bad last night. I mean,
that's true. That is true. And
Mara sang a song that was too big for her to sing, and she was nervous, and it really showed her lack of experience. But Marcio just did bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
All right, yeah. I think we're locked on. We're going to find out tonight.
Locked and loaded, man. So yeah, tonight you're probably watching this a couple hours before tonight's vote off. So let us know below who you think is going to be going home and who you would like to stay, and what you think about how the judges reacted last night to their performances.
Yeah, I am actually looking forward to this. We're not always going to have this format. We're going to have a show for you guys tomorrow. But here's the funny thing about American Idol. They're not going to do the 2-night thing the whole time. So starting next week, they're actually going to do the singing and the vote off the same night. So we're not going to have this. So this is the one time we're going to get this fun little build up of what we think is going to happen.
It makes it easier for us. That's for sure.
It does. It takes away, I think, a little bit of the drama, and the anticipation, but they're trying to make money at ABC. So
guys, comment below and let us know what you thought, and whether you agree or disagree. We'd like to have the conversation with you below, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that bell if you want to get updates. And thank you so much for joining us on this journey through America's Got Talent. I'm sorry, American Idol season 1 over at ABC, episode 13. And join us tomorrow for our reaction to the vote off.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to it. We appreciate you guys as always. And yeah, I think we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We will. We'll definitely see you tomorrow.
Or you'll see us, or whatever will happen.
Whatever. Somehow we're going to be talking together later.
Let's have lunch.